Alright, you guys, Katie A from LA Fitness, Agora, and Newberry Park. Had some friends ask me to just record a few exercises for them. So here's block one. Today is Thursday, I think. Hard to know while we're quarantined. Here we go. Block one, we're going to do 1 minute of toe taps, 12 push-ups, and then right into mountain climbers. I'm going to use the bench. You can use the floor, whatever you want to do, but we want to try to get the toe up to the bench. So we're going to go 1 minute here, driving those knees up. Keep it going. And I'm going to tell you, go ahead and keep going for a minute. I don't have music going or anything, so I'm just going to show you the moves. Then you're going to drop down into push-ups. I want shoulders over wrists, pushing up here. We've got 12 we're going to do. 5, 6, 7, belly button pulled in, abs are tight. Last count, 11, 12, holding up in plank. Now we're going to drive the knees to the chest for mountain climbers. And I would suggest doing the mountain climbers about 30 seconds. If you can find 32 count music, that's really the best way to go. I use Fit Radio. It's a free app. It's really great. It has great DJ mixes. You can get like 130 beats per minute, 132. That's a really good tempo. So that's block one. Good luck. I want you to repeat it 3 times. All right, you guys, we're back. Block 2 is going to be bicep curls, overhead presses, tricep extensions, and then we're going to do step-ups. You can use resistance bands for these, the kind that anchor to something, maybe wrap it around a pole. I did that yesterday. Today I'm using dumbbells. In upper body work, you guys make sure you're tucking the tailbone, pulling that belly button in, supporting the low back. So I'm just going to bring those weights up to the shoulders. Now, if I had music on, I'd be doing this to a tempo, but you want it to be not too fast that you're not controlling it, both up and down, but it helps to have a little bit of a beat. So that's your bicep curl. Then you're going to switch to overhead press, coming just down to 90 degrees, pressing those hands back up, and then finishing with tricep extension. Now, you guys, this is a posture that not everybody gets right. I want you to bend the knees, the hips go back. You have a nice flat back here. Elbows come back, and we're just moving those weights back to a full extension and then to the hips. They don't need to come all the way back to the shoulders. So I want you to do about 12 reps of each of those. Then you're going to do about a 1 minute step up, and do this to the beat. So it's just a step up and down, alternating. This is just to get the heart rate back up, and then you go back to your upper body weight work, which sometimes drops the heart rate. So you're going to do that for 1 minute. You can add a knee drive to that, whatever you want. Again, repeating that whole block 3 times. All right, you guys, block 3. I'm going to move the bench for this one. You can do this with weights or without weights. I did it with weights, but you don't have to. If you're going to use weights, put them up on your shoulders. I want your feet about hip width apart. Toes are pointed forward, so you see how you can't see my heels. If I do this, you can see my heels. I want those lined up. I'm going to drop those hips back and pull the hips forward. So we're going to do squats. I want you to do about 16. Now, if you're listening to 32 count music, it's going to be 2 kind of rounds of those beats. Then you're going to squat and drive one knee up, and you're going to feel that in that standing leg glute, making sure you're pulling that hip all the way forward. So you're going to do 16 of that, then back to the squats. Then you do 16 on the other leg. Good. After you finish that, then we're going to go to deadlifts. Now, I'm going to do that sideways because this is another one people get wrong. I want you to push those hips back. My back is going to stay flat. I'm going to go as far down as I can. It's not far. I have a lot of flexibility in my hamstrings. Then you pull the hips forward to stand. Now with weights, it looks like this, but this is equally effective. I mean, it's effective also without weights. You're going to push those hips back, pull the hips forward. You're going to feel that in the back of the leg. The most important thing here is to not round the back. So what people want to do is they want to reach down far, so they do this. and then they're pulling up, and it is going to strain the back. You shouldn't feel this in your back at all. It should all be in glute and hamstring if you're doing that right. So you're gonna do about 16 deadlifts, then you're gonna switch to lateral lunges. This is the last move of this block. I'm gonna step over here. It's a lateral lunge, back in. We're gonna do 16, and then we're gonna add that knee drive right here. Pulling this hip all the way forward, feeling that in the glute on the other side. So you're gonna do one leg, then you're gonna switch legs and lateral lunge on that other leg, 16, and then adding that knee drive for 16. Then you start all the way back at the top with the squats. Again, repeating 3 times. 3. All right, you guys, last block. I gotta bring the bench back for this one. I'm gonna put it here actually. Okay, so we're gonna do some calf work and some glute work. I want you to get a chair or a bench, whatever works for you. And we're gonna be standing with our hands on that bench, and we're lifting the calves. I want you to focus on pulling that stomach in, pulling that belly button in with each lift. After 16, you're gonna hold, and one leg is gonna come up into a full range of motion. I want you to control it. We're not swinging the back. I say in my class, no Jane Fonda. We're not, woo, it's not that. Nice neutral back. Then you're gonna hold and bring that knee in, and keeping that knee bent, you're gonna drive that heel to the ceiling. Here's where you really start feeling it in the glute. You're gonna go 16. Then you're gonna straighten that leg for pulses. You're gonna go 32 pulses back to the knee bend for 16. Then back to the calf raises. And then you're gonna switch legs. After you finish that, you're gonna finish with a little upper body work, weights or resistance bands. We're gonna do just that row series we do in class. So that is hips back, knees bent, flat back. That's your posture. Arms are just hanging down. We're gonna go wide row for 12, neutral grip row, those palms are facing each other, elbows come back, and reverse grip row, 12 each. All right, you guys, so you're gonna go 12, 12, 12. Then you're gonna start back at the calf raises. Again, 3 sets. So that's 4 blocks, 3 sets. Have fun.